What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody is groovy. Let's just kick off with some announcements because that's what we do here. The extra credit assignment I assigned last week is due this week, specifically today, Tuesday, April 6th. Please check out last week's folder for more information on that, but it is due today. So if you'd like some extra credit, I highly recommend you take advantage of that. Wind Ensemble people, good people at Wind Ensemble. I know some of you will be out this upcoming Thursday, the 8th, for our recording session. That's excellent. Happy recording. Hope it's a good time. Some of you have reached out to me already about this, letting me know that you're going to miss. Thank you for doing that. If you are going to miss class this Thursday due to a recording session, just shoot me an email. Please let me know just so I can get a full tally of everyone there. I think I caught everyone's name on one of those letters, the excuse letters, but I want to make sure I do get everybody. So if you will miss, please do shoot me a quick email just so I can make sure all is groovy in that regard. So what are we doing today? So today we're going to continue harmonic transcription, harmonic dictation, working out what harmonies are, how to transcribe those, as opposed to just the single note melodies that we've been doing so far. Last week's video I hope was helpful. I hope you could be able to in some ways perceive those pitches in those harmonies, how we can appreciate and really perceive the 1 chord versus the 4 chord versus the 5/7 chord. Today we're going to take a slightly different tactic. Today we're going to actually cover all the chords of the major diatonic system. So the 1 chord, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 chords. So for the actual instruction portion of this video, I'm going to refer you back to the Blackboard page, which you might be on that page right now. Below this video are 3 videos recorded by Dr. Paul Thomas, a kindly, excellent instructor who currently teaches down at Texas Women's University in Texas. Denton, Texas. They're in Denton, Texas. So at this point, I would like for you to pause this video and check out those 3 videos. It should not take too long. Should not take more than, well, just not terribly long, I assure you. But it's full of some really great information. And rather than just kind of parrot all of that and just recite that information back to you, I think you should go directly to the source. So please do check out those 3 videos. They are Introduction to Harmonic Dictation, Harmonic Dictation Exercises Part 1, and Harmonic Dictation Exercises Part 2. So take a second, pause this video, note whatever the timestamp is. Watch those 3 videos to get this idea of the Do, Ti, and Re chords that he'll be discussing. Do, Ti, Re. Those what those hand signs were. And then once you've watched those, once you feel okay about those, come back to this video for some exercises. Cool? Ready? And pause it and go. Welcome back. So this is the exercise portion of the video. We're going to take those concepts that Dr. Thomas discussed, the idea of the Do chords, the 1, 4, and 6 harmonies, the Ti chords, the 5, 3, and 7, and the Re chord, little old lonely 2. And we're going to actually apply this to a couple exercises, some transcription exercises. So let's check it out. Just kidding. Quick disclaimer about how we're going to do this. Harmonic transcription done through these videos and through Zoom classes can be notably difficult just because we're not in person. The audio quality might be kind of dicey. So nonetheless, we're going to give this our full effort. We're still going to go for this, which means I highly recommend that you watch through this video and proceed through the rest of the videos throughout the semester and the rest of the Zoom classes throughout the rest of the semester with headphones, good quality headphones if you have them, but just headphones in general. Trust me, it's so much better than your phone's speaker, tablet speaker, computer speaker. Please, I highly recommend use headphones for this. It's just going to give you a much better sonic picture of what you're hearing. Again, this can be tricky, but nonetheless, I think we can get some really good work done between now and when we finish up in May. So again, please do use headphones. It's so crucial. Okay, now let's get into it. So as you remember from moments ago from watching those videos, we have three types of chords: the do chords, the T chords, and the lowly re chord. Please ignore this. Pretend that this is singular, not plural. So the idea is that if we're here in the key of G major, so if I have that sensatonic, I can hear do in that first chord, the one chord. I can also hear it in the 4 chord there, 4 in second inversion as you can see, and also I can hear do in that 6 chord in first inversion. And I can still hear do, do, I can still hear do through all these harmonies. I still have that tonic right there. So if I look at the second half of that first line, pretend that didn't happen. There we go. Do, I can hear do in that one chord. I can still hear do amidst the do, fa, and la. I can still hear do right there. And going back to 1, I still have that sensatonic. And then when I go to the 6th chord, I still hear that do amongst the do, mi, la. I still have that sense of do. So hearing that do will help clarify between these 3 chords. We can work out which one they are specifically through context and hearing the other voices. So now for the T chords, the 5 chord in first inversion, the 3 chord in second inversion, and the everyone's favorite, the diminished chord, the 7 chord in root position. So T, here's that sense of T. I can really hear that in that 5 chord right there. I can also hear the T in the 3 chord right there. And of course I can definitely hear it in that diminished chord, that 7 chord right there. So if you're able to hear that T, that leading tone, that'll really help lock in these 3 harmonies. So again, if we look at the second half of that measure, T, I can hear that in the 5 chord. I can also hear it in the 3 chord right there, and then going back to the 5 chord right there, and of course the diminished 7th chord, which we're not going to really hear too much because it's a little overly dissonant, and it does have its purpose, but it's not incredibly functional nonetheless. I can really hear it there in that 5 chord. And finally in the 2 chord, the re chord, the only re chord that we have right there. Re, I can hear that right here quite obviously. Beautiful, right? Cool, let's carry on and let's try a couple of exercises. So let's try this first example right here. We're still in the key of G. And so here's our sensatonic. There's do. Really hold on to this as tonic. This is your do. Okay, as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 chords that I'm going to have you try to hear and transcribe. So take a second, pause this video, and get this set up on some bit of staff paper. Okay, so again for reference. And so here's tonic, here's do, you hear do, mi, sol, mi, do. Why'd I put in G? I have to sing so high. That's not pleasant for anybody. Good job. Anyway, so there's our sensatonic. As you can see, I'm going to start with a 1 chord. And I want you to listen to these subsequent 4 chords here. Are they still do chords? Are they T chords? Okay, sorry. Can you hear do in them? Can you hear T in them? Can you hear re in them? I'm going to run this 3 times like I usually do. So, and when we look at the answers, I'll walk through them as well. But, so hold on to do. Okay, ready? First hearing, and. Okay, I'll give you a second hearing. And if you're really struggling with this, don't worry. Again, when we look at the answers, I'll walk through them as well. So, second hearing. And final hearing of this. Okay, so what happened? Let's walk through it. For these, I'm not going to write in the inversions. I just want to write in generally what Roman numeral these chords are. So we heard a one chord. We could hear that do in there. And in that next chord, it's a four chord. We could hear that there's do. There's still do, but it doesn't sound like a home tonic chord. And then we're back to another one chord, and of course we could definitely still hear do. And then in this next chord, this is really dissonant, it's really painful, but it's not a do chord, it's rather a T chord right there. I can hear that leading tone, and then the next chord is not a T, but it's another do chord, because we're back to one. So if I arpeggiate these harmonies, so here's one, of course here's do, we've got this do, mi, sol, mi, do. Oh god, this is gonna get really high. And back in the next chord, the four chord, we've got do, fa, ga, do, mi, la, fa, do. So clearly this is still a do chord. Then we're going back to do, mi, sol, mi, do. And then the next chord, we've got the five chord, working with T, re, sol, re, T. That was not great. T, re, sol, re, T. There we go, a little bit better. And now we're back to one, do, mi, sol, mi, do. Okay, I hope this is clarifying. I hope my terrible singing is not messing things up too much. We have a couple more exercises related to this that we're going to do, but if you're still kind of mixed up about this, if this all still seems really screwy, don't worry. We're going to go over this on Thursday. We're going to really go over everyone's questions, clarify some things, similar material to this, but this is a good method. This will help, I assure you all. Let's carry on to the next example. Okay, next example, very similar. I've given you the first chord, or one chord, and I'm going to ask you to transcribe the subsequent four chords after that. So pause this video, get that set up. Okay, so again, here's tonic. Do, so really hold on to this sense of do. See if you can hold on to do for all of these harmonies. Okay, or as many as you'd need. How many do chords there are. Anyway, 3 hearings with this one. Again, don't worry, this is going by too quickly. We'll do this quite a bit coming up on Thursday. Okay, now I'll shut up and play. Here's the first hearing. Okay. Second hearing. And finally, the third hearing. Okay, so what happened there? Of course we started with a 1 chord, so of course this is a harmony with do right in there. So here's your do, you can hear do, mi, sol, mi, do. Then from here we went to, just kidding, from here we went to another do chord, you can still hear do in there, that's 6 chord, do, mi, la, mi, do. It's still a do harmony, but then we went to this next chord, which is a re chord, because that do doesn't really belong to that re chord. So if I was singing do, it'd sound dissonant, but I'm gonna sing re because it's a 2 chord. Re, fa, la, fa, re. I love doing this. And then I'm gonna go to a T chord right there. Again, we can hear right here, but this is really a T chord because of that leading tone. So really hold on to that leading tone for that 5 chord, and then we're back to do. Okay, our next example, we're going to switch keys. We're going to switch to B flat major. So go ahead, take a minute, set this up. Note we're going to start with our tonic chord, of course, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subsequent chords. Just, yeah. So pause the video or unpause it. I don't know, whatever you're doing. But hopefully you have this set up and we are going to take a stab at this. So, just kidding. Do. So there's our tonic. Or there's our tonic, wherever's comfortable for you. But I'm going to give myself a break. I'm going to sing do way down here. Okay, so first hearing. Here we go. And second hearing. And third hearing. Okay, so what happened there? Do. So of course we have our first chord is 1. Here's our here's a do chord, and then we're gonna go down to T. There's our T right there for our 5 chord, and then we're gonna go back up to a 6 chord rather. It's a do chord, but we have do, mi, la for a 6 chord, and then we're going to a do chord again, do, fa, la, but it's still do in there. And then finally we're going to go to a T chord, with that leading tone in there for the 5, and then back to 1, back to 1. That was a little tricky for me to play on the keyboard. I'm not great with flat keys on the piano. Anyway, so let's try a few more. Hopefully, at least getting a sense of this. Even if you're still really freaked out and insecure about it, don't worry. This will all come together. Okay, next example we see here in the key of E major. So here's Do, really hold on to this as tonic. This is gonna lead you through all those Do chords. Take a second, pause the video, and mark this example down. Okay, so taking it away. So here's Do, here's your tonic. Okay, same process. First hearing. And second hearing. E major is kind of fun to play in, I guess. Last hearing. Okay, so this is what we just heard. And again, let me walk through this. Oh, just kidding. There we go. So here's Do, here's your sense of tonic. Of course, we're starting off with a Do chord. So we can hear that in the Do, Mi, Sol, Mi, Do. Then we're moving up to Re chord right here. We can clearly hear that Re right there in the midst of the Re, Fa, La, Fa, Re. So here's a Re chord, or 2 chord. Now we're moving to, I can play this whoa. T chord right here. There are 5 at T, Re, Sol, Re, T. And then we're moving back to a Do chord right here. Do, Mi, Sol, Mi, Do. Then from here we're moving to a 6 chord. We can still hear that Do right there in the context of Do, Mi, La, Mi. Whoa, Do right there. So I still hear a Do, and I still hear Do in this 4 chord. Do, Fa, La, Fa, Do. It's still right here, and finally back to Do, Do, Mi, Sol, Mi, Do right there. Okay, so if this is still kind of wonky, if this is still tricky, difficult, if this is still throwing you for a loop, we're going to do this quite a bit. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. There's not going to be a quiz about this on Thursday. We're going to do a lot of exercises with this to really make sure people are latching on to this necessary material. And that's it. That's all I want to do today. Harmonic transcription is a difficult subject in general, more so considering how we're doing this through these online means, through these videos, through Zoom. So as tricky as this can be, just in general, doing through online means can be a bit more, a bit trickier. But I promise you, with practice, with dedication, this will become clear. This is a concept we're going to use quite a bit moving into RL Skills 3 in the fall, in the upcoming semester. So if you are struggling with this, don't worry. We will go over this quite a bit, quite extensively, especially upcoming on class on Thursday. What else? That's all I have right now. Extra credit possibilities is due today. See last week's folder and video for all that groovy stuff. That's all I have for today. If you have any concerns, questions, comments, anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, we're going to be doing a lot of this harmonic transcription stuff on Thursday, so fear not, everything will work out well. That's all I've got. I'm going to stop rambling. Shoot me an email if you want to meet, questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Otherwise, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, get your vaccine, stay groovy, everybody. See you later.